versus Barack Obama. The title of this particular episode is Trump Still in Obama is still in Trump's head, rent free. He lives there. I can promise you that. He's living there rent free. So we're going to unpack the media claims that Trump is jealous of Obama's legacy. I want you guys to comment, and if you think Trump is jealous of Obama, let us know if you think so. And also, shout out for your city and state, and let us know where you're from.
We appreciate it, guys.
Okay, yes. And this goes anywhere from respect and global admiration, because you know how a lot of people feel about President Barack Obama. They admire him. They love his swag and his generational relevance, because he's actually to go across several different platforms, several different generations. We're going to take a look at some of those key fresh moves, like the recent 2025 relocation of Obama's portrait. It was moved to a hidden stairwell out of public view in the White House, guys. Yes.
And what we'll also do is we'll also explore how millennials, Gen Z, Gen X, and baby boomers see these two presidents differently. Two Americans, two styles, two legacies. At the end of the day, it isn't just policy. It's generational identity, symbolism, and the battle, for history. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about it, okay?
Yes, we are going to talk about it, guys. So, welcome back. We're on time. Welcome back, family. You are tuned in, guys. Tune in to another episode of J&B Live. I am your girl. I am your auntie, Dr. B. So welcome back. Thank you guys for joining us, and much love to you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. We're just trying to make sure that we got everybody in here.
Yes.
Should be in here.
So chime in. Yes, chime in with us.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to this episode. I know some of you, well, a lot of you are favorite fans of Barack Obama, which I am. President. Let me make sure I said it right. President Barack Obama, and we want to take a look at how he is being treated, how he was treated by our current president. Because you know what he did in the past, his first term, and we're looking at what he's doing now.
All right, guys. So at 6:00, we done got people in the room, so we're gonna go ahead and start today's show. Okay?
Yes. Okay, guys. So let's talk about this. So tonight is Raw. It's gonna be a little real, definitely messy, but we're gonna keep it real with you guys, and that's what we like to do. We're talking Trump versus Obama. Jealousy, power, legacy, yes. Plus how each generational vibe with them differently. We're going to take a look at how the Gen Zs feel about it. And then we're going to, if you got your tea, coffee, drink, whatever, just come on and join us. But Trump has gone and moved President Barack Obama's official portrait to a hidden stairway this term. He moved it out of sight. That move broke tradition and sent a message.
I'm quite sure it did. Yeah. Preach, Dr. B. Forget hiding the receipts. He hid Obama's portrait. We'll break down, what that says about envy and what it says about legacy and how Americans see leadership today. So, hey, guys, we're getting started today. So go ahead and drop your city. Say hey in the comments, and let's make this a generational debate pop today. So whatever generation you in, guys, go ahead and pop your generations in the comments, and drop your city or state where you guys are at, or if you're in another country, go ahead and drop that in so we can see.
Okay, all right. So shout out to Terry, Scorpion Bay. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Calvin Lee, and we got Standing on Business. I know that name sounds familiar. So welcome back to another episode of J&B Live, and thank you guys for rocking with us. We appreciate your support.
Yeah, we do, guys. We appreciate it so much. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's jump to the root of Trump's jealousy and looking through the generational lens, okay? Dr. B, lay it out. Why can't Trump stop talking about Obama.
It's like he living in his head. It's like Obama. Because Obama has, this is my opinion now, what Trump praised. So let me know what you guys think. Obama has respect. He has a legacy of hope. And he has the youth culture. Because let's think about it. He's going to go down in history. Obama is history favorite. I don't know anybody except for some of MAGA people that don't like President Barack Obama. Millennials remember that slogan, yes, we can. I still remember that. This Generation Z, they vibe with his playlist. Yeah, because they say he had a jamming playlist and his game nights. And the boomers like his stability as well. So Trump got attention, but it's not the same. It's notoriety, not admiration at all.
Exactly, B. And Politico reminds us that this all started with birthism. You know, remember back when Trump kept doubting Obama's citizenship, saying he not American and so forth. Now, that wasn't a debate. That was just straight up envy, pure and simple. Okay? Obama's calm. He's an educated leader, you know, and that triggers a lot of media frenzy, and Trump's leverages it all the time. It's just jealousy amplified. That's all it really is, guys.
As in other words, Obama is still in his head and he living rent free. Okay, guys, so we got some questions for you guys. Thank you, Kelly Clark, for joining us. Thank you, Portia. So, guys, do you think Trump's obsession with Obama began out of envy or fear? What do you think, bro?
Come on, now. I think it was out of envy. Come on, just drop it in the chat. What you guys think? You think that Trump's obsession with Obama began out of envy or fear? I say it was envy. What you guys say?
Yeah. I want to know, Kelly Clark, guys, what are you thinking? Okay, so I feel, Broker J3, I think it's out of envy as well. Now, what did Obama mean to your generation? How do you feel about President Barack Obama? For me, he's going to go down in history as one of the coolest presidents ever.
Yeah, and you know, I also admire him not for the simple fact that he's a black man and I'm a black man, but for the simple fact that, guys, pay attention to a lot of the policies that Barack Obama brought forth. I mean, literally to come into office in an economy that was broken from the previous president and to come in and actually fix it. Because if you guys remember, Obama came in right during that Great Depression, recession, during the mortgage crisis that was going on. You know, a lot of people was losing their houses. So he had to come in and stabilize all of that.
Yes, he did. Okay, now, what do you think, guys think? What did Obama do to you? So Kelly Clark says, Obama, my favorite. He's cool and intelligent. Kelly, I agree with you 100%. One of the coolest and most intelligent presidents of all time. And he had to be an excellent president, too. I don't think they would have elected him for a second term.
Exactly. And that's something that a lot of people have to realize, you know, because just even being a black man, you know, even if all of us blacks voted for Obama, that still wouldn't guarantee him being president. So not to mention 2 terms back to back.
2 terms back to back. Okay, now, can resentment become a political platform? And I think it can, because Trump has built his candidacy. He built everything off of Obama's birthism. That's how he became so popular, because he talks bad about President Obama. And we're going to get to that a little bit later on. And guess what? Some people, they love to hear that, correct?
Yeah, but you have to also think like this, you know, Trump blames everybody for everything that's going on. You know, even with the Epstein files, you know, oh, this is a hoax that was generated by the Democrats. But if it's such a hoax, then why you hide right? Why you hiding the lady that was actually convicted? You know, why did the person who was behind all of it? Why did he just unalive himself while he was locked up? Come on, let's not play those games. You know that what he does. You know, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So now we want to take a look at this petty theater about this deal with the hidden portrait, or moving the portrait to the staircase. And now let's talk aesthetics with impact. We're going to get to that. Trump, like I said, he moved the Obama portrait from the grand foyer area where people could see his portrait when they came in to the top of a hidden stairwell, completely out of public view. And it's like he's jealous of him because he don't want nobody to see that picture and say, well, oh, that's President Obama. That stairwell leads to a private residence. And that area is restricted. It's heavily restricted. So he didn't want anyone to see President Obama's portrait. Isn't that petty?
Yeah, it really is. It's not just petty, Dot B. It's performative. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a revenge redecorating. You know what I'm saying? That painting once front and center, now it's hidden in the shadows. That's exactly what that is, Dot B. Come on.
It is. And so it's been said that Obama's ex-White House photographer, his name is Pete Souza, called it petty or racist. I think it could be both. And straight out asked, does Obama live rent-free in his head? And the answer to that question is, yes, he does.
Yeah, he's always trying to one up Obama or take credit that Obama has. As one of the posts that was posted earlier by us today, a little short video that we put out in regards to the Nobel Peace Prize. What it does is it shows some of the claims that Trump has made, why he should receive a Nobel Peace Prize, not to mention all of his flunkies out there telling people that he should receive because of all the fake stuff he did, like these 6 that turned into 7 wars that he done ended.
Oh my God.
But it also depicts all of the facts in which Obama actually did, which caused him to actually win the Nobel Peace Prize. So answer this question, you guys. Was moving that portrait, was it downright petty, or do you guys think it's just symbolically powerful? So, that he did it just because he can. Or do you guys think it was just downright petty?
Now I said petty, downright, I would say downright low down and petty. That's my take on it. Thank you, Kelly Clark. We do have your statement, your comment from the last time. She said she loves Michelle Obama too. I do too. And we'll get to that as well because that is the envy. Just think about it. Michelle Obama, he's got his queen on his shoulder. Oh, of course. But what he did, back to that was downright petty and downright low down to me. Okay. So what does it say about a leader when they hide their predecessor's image?
To me, I think that the whole purpose was every time he sees Obama, it just lets him know what kind of man he's not. Obama was admired by not just a lot of people in the U.S., but other nations as well. And now other nations see Trump as a joke, just straight up liar, wannabe dictator. That's how people see him, and it just that envy that he has just pisses him off every time he sees Obama. So if something goes wrong and they come at Trump about it, he'll say, well, that was Obama. Obama did that, or he'll jump to Biden and say it was Biden just to keep off of him or his broken down policies.
And that gets to our next topic, our next area. But that's a narcissist for you because it's everybody's fault, y'all. It's everybody's fault except for his. So we're going to take a look at this little so-called arrest claim that he's come up with, narcissism and the generational divide.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
But thanks and shout out to Forever Pink. We got George Guerrero. We got Permanent Scars. Shout out to all of you guys and thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Yes. We try to make sure we give everyone credit for joining and shout if you are leaving comments. So we appreciate your support, guys. Yes, we do. All right, so we're going to take a look at the arrest claim, narcissism, and the generational divide.
Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. Now for the heavy stuff, Trump was publicly called for investigations, okay, and even arrest of Obama, accused him and his aides of treason during the 2016 election. it's bad enough that the 34 count felony in charge, Trump himself, just so pissed off that he's a convicted felon that he wants to find a reason to try to convict Obama of something which is absolutely ridiculous. Now we talking about the same man that freed all of the people that attacked the Capitol, on January 6th. So to me, it's just straight up foolishness, Doc.
And I think that it's just plain out obsession, plain and simple, because narcissists don't compete, they just erase. They erase, and guess what they do? They just make excuses. Just like now, for President Trump not releasing the Epstein files, he's coming up with every excuse in the book for not releasing the file. It's this, that. And then not only that, he's trying to put other stuff in the media so people will focus on that and not focus on the Epstein file. So that's what narcissists do. His base is, they cheering him on. They cheering on the drama. They cheering on this craziness. Meanwhile, the millennials and the Gen Z, we see it as desperation, a failed attempt to outshine someone who left with grace and credibility. He cannot erase President Barack Obama. I don't care what he does.
Exactly. Think about this, guys. For most people, Obama gave hope and inspiration. That's what he did. He made you feel like, hey, we can do this. We can move forward in a positive direction. Trump, he gave us fireworks and disruption. He want to lock up people, black and brown people, send them the Alcatraz, alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah.
He want to take over cities and then claim that the crime rate is so bad that he has to put our own military against us, guys. This is what you call a wannabe dictator. That's why each generation either cheers or cringes when they think about Trump. Two leadership styles, guys, but two separate reactions.
Yes. And that's what he's doing. He's doing that as a way to get things off of the Epstein files, off of target, where everybody's talking about it. They want those files. And so he's doing everything to try to sway them so that they focus on something else. So what style of leadership do you resonate with? Do you feel like you could, you were more like Obama's hope style, where he's giving everybody hope for change? Or do you like all that chaos? Do you like Trump's chaos? Do you like that leadership style?
That's an easy question, Doc B. I would choose Obama's hope style, right off the bat, because people nowadays, we need hope. Just looking at all of the things that's going on right now, America is in turmoil, and it's sad to say that it's from the top down. It's from the government, inciting fear in the American people, and even with the stupid tariffs that believe that money's going to come in from all these other countries, and people with brains know tariffs are taxes on the people. That's exactly what they are.
So and I'm with you 110%. I am for hope. I want to give, for people to have hope that they're going to see a better day. We don't want to create a lot of chaos and put all these kind of taxes on people. A lot of people can't afford to even pay their rent. Some people can't afford to eat. So we don't want to put more on the people. So that I'm with Obama's hope leadership style as well. Okay, guys. So are these legal threats just smoke, or is it a distraction from his legacy? What do you think?
I think a lot of it, to me, is a little of both. I think that a lot of these legal threats, we know they just smoke and mirrors, and at the same time, he's trying to distract from the great legacy that Obama left when he left office. I think that's exactly what it is. It's a little of both.
Little both. Okay, I think it is too. I think it's a little smoke and a little distraction as well, because now he don't want President Obama to go down in history because of the fact that he wants to be that person. And so therefore he's creating all of these distractions, trying to get people to not favor President Barack Obama.
Exactly. Hey guys, we just want to give a shout out to some of the people that have joined us. And guys, please keep in mind that we do have a give goal that we're trying to reach when we go live. So guys, just look for our gift goals. And if you guys are on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, send a gift or whatnot like that. We appreciate everything that you guys do. We appreciate all the gifts that you guys send. So we ask that you continue to do that too, so we can keep this content going for you guys.
All right. Thank you, Mickey. Grove 107. We have Matthew Alshabazz. Chevy, thank you for joining us, as well as June Lee and Miss Cleo. Thank you guys for joining us. And thank you for being a part of the J&B family. So keep those tapping that screen, hit those likes, the share, and subscribe, because this podcast is brought to you because of your support. And so we need those like, subscribe, and share so that we can keep bringing you this content. So thank you guys, and we really appreciate it. Okay. So now we're going to talk about swag, which President Obama has.
Yes.
Legacy. Yes. And who will history crown? Okay, guys, who will you crown as far as swag and legacy? Will it be President Obama, or will it be Trump? Which one will you crown?
You already know the answer to that.
Okay,
I'm not even going to talk about the dictator right now. So
we're going to talk about Obama's legacy. Cultural cool. He is cool. He has swag. As far as his speeches, as far as his BlackBerry, his playlist, we talked about that earlier, and his unity. He's known for bringing people together. Vanity Fair called him the coolest president ever, and I agree with them. Even the kids post 2017, they actually idolized President Barack Obama.
Exactly. And now we're going to talk about 34 count convicted felon, chief in charge, Mr. Chaos himself, Trump's legacy. First we'll start off with 2 impeachments, then we'll start off with January 6th, where he incited that crowd to attack the Capitol. Then after the people got arrested, once he got back in office, he let all of them go. He pardoned all of them. Then he always claimed he had the loudest rallies.
Yeah.
Even though his birthday one was dead and silent when they had, and compared to the No Kings, the
Million Man March. He said he had more people.
Not to mention the mugshots near his desk. His base sees him as a strong leader, which is really sad. And others see looming chaos. That's what most of us see when we think of Trump. We think of nothing but chaos. We think of a wannabe dictator, somebody that's really bad for the American democracy. History doesn't reward noise, and that's really all Trump is, just a bunch of noise.
And this is why we say Obama is still in Trump's head, and he lives rent-free, because Trump wants to be Obama, but he can't replicate what Obama built, a legacy that's rooted in authenticity, empathy, and respect. He can't do that.
Exactly. So guys, let me ask y'all this question. Who do you guys think will history crown the one of the great presidents? Do you guys think that it'll be Obama or Trump? It's kind of it's to me, I think it's a loaded question, guys, because it's the way, and I'm saying that for this reason, because the way they're erasing history, especially Black history, 20 years from now, maybe 30 or 40 years from now, nobody won't even believe that it was even a Black president at all. So
if Trump has his way,
if Trump has his way.
So, but for me, of course, it's going to be Obama. So thank you, King, Juan Allen, Miss St. James, and Cupcake. Thank you for joining us. Okay, guys, would you rather be loved or feared as a leader? Which one? What do you think, Rover J3?
I think a true leader wants to be loved by the people. Because if you are feared, that doesn't mean that people care about you. It's that they're going to respect you to a certain degree because they're scared of you. That's just like what's happening right now with the Republican Party. I would say at least half of the Republicans don't like Trump, probably don't give a damn about Trump, but they're scared that they may lose their position in
Senate
their
or the
seat, the
House,
Senate or the House. They'll lose their
Congress.
position if they go against him. So they're scared and they have to go with everything he say. Otherwise, they'll lose their position.
And that is, I agree with you 100%. And for me, I cannot understand because one day they will come out of office. So they won't be in office forever. So how are they going to live with themselves knowing that they made these decisions that did not benefit the American people, but they benefited Donald Trump? That's what I don't understand. But I would definitely rather be loved than feared. And see, I think Trump is doing that because he's mocking his mentor, Putin.
Yeah.
And he wants to be so much like Putin, and he's taking orders from Putin.
Yeah.
And so that's what he's trying to be, that type of a leader.
Yeah, exactly. And that goes back to some of the gerrymandering that's happening right now with those Republican seats. Trump knows right now that if things continue to go the way that they are right now, the American people are slowly waking up to the chaos and what's going on. And he knows that next year's midterms does not look good for the Republicans.
No,
so
it does not.
He's going to do everything he can in his power to make sure that the Republicans can maintain as many seats as possible so that he can continue what he's doing. Because if what the scary part about it, even if the Democrats win the House or the Senate next year because of all the mess that the Republicans are allowing, the scary part is with this foolishness that Trump got going on with these executive orders that he's doing, where he's bypassing the system of the people and creating these executive orders on his own.
Yes, he is. Okay. All right. Thank you, Cupcake and Mr. 901 and Ada. Thank you for joining us. Now, does legacy matter more than the loud headlines?
Well, I think legacy does matter more, but the loud headlines can cause distractions to the legacy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. I agree. Okay. Now, thank you guys for joining us. Before I do my final thoughts or my final take on everything, I want to do a final shout out to Retro Billy. I like that. Brody Thompson. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you especially to those who have been rocking with us from day one. We love bringing you this podcast. We love keeping people informed because knowledge is power. When you know better, you do better. You need to know what's going on in your country, okay? So when I compare the two, Obama versus Trump, I don't even see two former presidents. I see two Americans. Obama stood firm on hope, for unity, and for global dignity. He had us to where countries wanted to be like the United States. Trump has delivered rage, spectacle, and division. He believes in dividing the people in the United States, just like he's treating the migrants as outsiders. Some generations needed that, but respect outlives chaos. Down the road, people, Obama's legacy will last forever because light shines longer than shadows.
Well said, Dr. Well said. I definitely agree with you 100%. To me, that is about what we pass down. Obama inspired the millennials and Gen Z. He gave them belief.
Yes, he did.
And hope. Trump stirred up the boomers and Gen X's like us with chaos. Okay? But history doesn't cling to scandals. It just doesn't. Those things are like trends. They come and go. But history remembers character. Okay? And even after all of this garbage settles, Obama legacy is still going to be there. It's going to be authentic.
Yeah.
It's going to be inspiring. And it's going to endure. And to me, that will be the crown.
Mm-hmm. And so this is the reason why Obama's still in Trump's head. And he lives there rent-free because every chance Trump gets to talk negative about President Obama, he's going to do it. And it's like he can't help himself.
He can't.
Okay, folks, Thank you for joining us. This was a raw, real, but it was necessary episode of J&B Live. We talked about jealousy. We talked about the portrait drama. We talked about generational soul searching. And this is more than about politics. It's about what kind of America we see ourselves in.
Yeah.
This is what we have to think about.
That is so true, guys, because I think that really hits home because,
Mhm.
you know, it's amazing to think that, coming up 20s, 30s, and even 40-year-old, thinking of myself at that time coming, as I was getting older, I always felt that as time passed, that things would get better. I would see more unity in people. And it's crazy now to see myself later in life and see things reverting back to the way things were back in the 60s, where there's so much division and chaos and trying to stop or hinder people from voting. It just doesn't make sense, guys.
And so, one of our episodes, I can't remember if it was one day last week, we talked about Trump erasing the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And that's what Broker J3 is talking about, reverting back to that time. And so that's what Trump is going to be known for, in my opinion, because he's trying to strip everything that we built in this country. He's erasing everything, even voter writing acts, where women, not just black people, women won't be able to vote.
Right.
So that's his legacy that he's going to have, and that's a notorious legacy. It won't be favorable.
Yeah, and I was thinking back on one of the comments that one of our viewers had made, stating that me and Doc B was a little crazy for thinking that Trump would even consider trying to roll back civil rights. And I'm gonna say this to that viewer: if you're online today, if you continue to pay attention to what your president is doing right now, his actions are not for the people. And even though right now it's more stronger towards black and brown, you know, uh, trust me, in time you're going to realize not black and brown. Trump is all about that dollar.
Yeah.
So if it does not make dollars for him, it's not going to make sense. So he don't care if you're white, black, brown, yellow. He don't care what color you are. If you're not in that financial bubble with him and his billionaires, you are absolutely irrelevant to him.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And I think personally, everything he does is motivated by money. He is padding his pocket. And, statistically, they said he's made more money
Yes.
since he's became president.
Yeah.
Than he made beforehand. So it's all about the money. And a lot of people are just following the money. And we're going to do an episode on that soon as well. So guys, make sure you like and follow us and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that tap that button. And we're here Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. And we're going to do Wednesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. No later. Yes. So what do you think? 7 p.m. Yeah, but let's do 7 p.m. And if you go ahead and subscribe, every time we go live, you will get a notification that we are live. So we're going to try to bring it to you as often as possible because, as I mentioned earlier, knowledge is power. You need to know what's going on and you need to stay informed. So
yeah, and as Doc B said, make sure you guys, we suggest all of you guys, no matter what platform, whether it's Bigo Live, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or fan base, or Lemonade, wherever you guys are following or watching us, we advise you guys, make sure you guys go to our YouTube page, Live with J&B, and make sure you guys subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
That way you can check out all of our content. Now, if you're one of those people that enjoy watching us, but you don't have time, but you don't mind listening to us while you're going to work or on your way home or while you're working out in the yard or whatever, you can catch us on anywhere that you enjoy your podcast listening enjoyment, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, Pandora, iHeart, Spotify. We are there. Just look for J&B Live Podcast and you'll see me and Doc B. And just make sure you guys follow us and hit that notification so that you guys don't miss any of the new episodes that we have come out.
Mm-hmm.
As always, we appreciate you guys for joining us.
Yes,
We appreciate the gifts that you guys send us during our lives, and when we're not online, we love signing in and seeing that you guys send us some gifts. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Please continue to do so. I'm your boy, your uncle, your best friend, Broker J3.
And I am your girl. I am your friend. And I'm not just your auntie. I'm your favorite auntie, Dr. B. Thank you guys for joining us.
And as always, guys,
let's
talk about it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.